is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first from Orlando, Florida, at a combined weight of 476 pounds, the Gunn Club, Austin and Billy Gunn.
Well, tag team action to close things out here on AEW Dark. And Dave, this is a very exclusive club, the Gunn Club.
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, Billy is one of the big, long-time celebrated tag team wrestlers. And Austin, this is only his 21st professional match. He's a rookie.
He's a rookie, but he is a highly recruited blue chipper that is now here in AEW. And he has shown that the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Yep.
Oh, Austin grabbing the microphone, looking to take a page out of Billy's book.
Yeah, the Gunn Club just won their first.
Mississippi, how the hell are we? You know, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I had an idea rolling down that ramp, and I think we're missing one thing from this show. I think if we're loud enough right now, we can convince Pop to do his thing.
An offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, quite a smile.
Let's hear it, baby!
Big man, a little winded. Yeah. I think he's expecting to have to cut a promo. And Dave, as you mentioned, Gunn Club did pick up their first victory on January 1st.
If you're not down with the Gunn Club, we got 2 words for you.
Well, one of us will get that nugget of information out to the fans.
Billy's been at this for 30 years. Can you believe that?
Billy, a great tag team wrestler, as you mentioned, Dave, and also accomplished singles wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But their opponents, one of the most formidable men in all of AEW.
Yeah, I will not allow anybody else to try and break me down. Nah, time to make a point, let them know that I'm the greatest around.
And their opponents first, being accompanied to the ring by legendary Four Horsemen member Tully Blanchard. From Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, weighing 227 pounds, he is the self-proclaimed chairman of AEW, Shawn Spears.
And Shawn Spears, at the behest of Tully Blanchard, wrapping that chair around the head of Cody all the way back at Fyter Fest and really changing his trajectory here in AEW. He was somebody that the fans loved. Now they love to hate him.
Yes, that can happen.
And with somebody like Tully Blanchard whispering in your ear, it's no surprise.
That's true.
Tully looking sharp in those cowboy boots, but
Yeah, a little bit of coaching here.
Dave, this may be your first experience with the librarians, but they would like you to keep it down, please.
Excuse me, I said shush.
Somehow I think their request is going to be ignored.
We are in the backyard of Memphis, Tennessee.
It's almost like you've been around broadcasting and professional wrestling for a little bit.
Memphis is a town with a royal history. A place full of kings. like Jerry the King Lawler,
Was he trying
a
to say
Memphis
Kings?
legend. He has a restaurant nearby with food so bad it will give you a stomach ache. You'll feel like you're dead on the toilet like another Memphis King.
Whoa. On Elvis's birthday, no less.
Ooh, yeah, that was uncalled for.
Billy Gunn and Son. I'm excited. Billy Gunn, and does that make you the ass boy?
And Leva Bates trying to plead with Peter Avalon, asking for some decorum.
I apologize for Peter.
Oh, I guess that's it.
I guess that's it, yeah.
Well, Shawn Spears has been on a quest to find a new tag team partner, but Spears, we talked about that in Mean Streak, what he did to Cody with that chair and what he's been doing over the last few months in AEW. He's not won many friends around the locker room.
Yeah, I was going to say that does cut his possibilities of finding an acceptable partner.
And now teaming up with the winless Peter Avalon with a career win-loss record of 0-6 here in AEW. So Spears, I don't want to say scraping the bottom of the barrel, but definitely getting down there.
Yeah, definitely not cream of the crop at this point.
And now Shawn Spears and Billy Gunn set to square off, and Spears once again trying to rile up Billy Gunn, but Gunn, it's not his first rodeo. He's able to keep his composure.
You know, guys like Spears do things like that. I mean, stop and think just a minute. All you're going to do is make Billy Gunn mad.
Right, and what kind of idiot wants to make Billy Gunn mad? Gunn with the side headlock. Spears throws him off, but immediately is tackled down to the mat. Spears once again taken off his feet. And the bulk of Billy Gunn is just too much for Shawn. Spears getting an eyeful. Not a position I think Shawn Spears wanted to find himself in.
Not where he wanted to be, no.
And Gun Club, Dave, as we were trying to say earlier, undefeated here in AEW.
Absolutely.
Billy and Austin picking up their victory on a matchup on New Year's Day in Jacksonville, Florida.
And Shawn Spears was one of the opponents here.
That's right, Shawn Spears recruited Preston Vance to be in his corner, but Preston Vance, relatively inexperienced. He was a late replacement or late pick for Shawn Spears, and I asked Spears later, how did you pick Preston Vance? He said, I walked by him backstage.
Okay.
That's his criteria.
Well, I guess that was worth a gamble, but it certainly didn't pay off.
No, and I think now with Tully back in the wings, Shawn Spears maybe make a little more thoughtful choice.
True.
Tully Blanchard, of course, part of one of the great tag teams of all time, along with Arn Anderson. And he knows a thing or two about tag team wrestling. Who better to advise Shawn Spears?
You know, we talk about Arn Anderson and Cody making a formidable team. Tully Blanchard can make a formidable team of about anyone that he picks to coach.
That's right. I mean, if he chooses to take Peter Avalon underneath his wing, you would imagine Avalon's fortunes in AEW would rapidly reverse. And now, Austin Gunn, you mentioned his 21st match. I think he's spending a little too much time playing with the fans, especially with somebody so experienced as Shawn Spears.
Yep.
Saw him pay right there with that toe kick to the midsection. Spears lighting up the chest of Austin Gunn. A second one. Referee Rick Knox calling for Spears to pull Gunn out of the corner, but Avalon tags in. Just that right hand, that shovel hook to the midsection.
Got a knee there, too.
And now Avalon ratcheting up the intensity. And, you know, for Avalon, this is a bit of an audition. This is maybe his way to get Tully to take him under his wing.
True.
And Tully's such a great professional wrestling mind, but Austin Gunn, such a great professional wrestling talent, just floating up and over, ducking the clothesline attempt, hurdles Peter Avalon, and now all the hip toss into the falling neckbreaker. 1, 2. 2 count only.
Great anticipation there from Austin Gunn on a couple of those moves. And anticipation is so important so that you can counter what your opponent is trying to do.
And Dave, you called the action. You've seen so many father and son, second generation wrestlers, and it's almost like those instincts are passed down.
That's happened on more than one occasion that I can absolutely agree with, including one of the men we honored here tonight, Brian Christopher.
Brian Christopher, great second generation talent. His father, Jerry Lawler, of course, a legend here in Memphis. Peter Avalon had the temerity to run down his barbecue. But look at this Billy Gunn, his power on full display as he catches Avalon. And Leva Bates, a little bit of assist, pulling her fellow librarian down to safety on the apron. Avalon, diving cross body, takes Gunn off his feet, and barely even a 1 count there for Billy Gunn.
Yeah, it's not going to be that easy, I guarantee you.
And now Spears laying the boots in on Billy Gunn, the 2 most experienced members of this matchup. And Shawn Spears pretty happy with his handiwork.
He is just intent on antagonizing Billy Gunn, isn't he?
And now Spears laying in the chop. And Dave, you're absolutely right. Now raining down those left hands to the crown. Crown of the head of Billy Gunn, and he doesn't want to give the crowd here in Southaven the satisfaction of laying in 10 shots. Billy Gunn taking advantage, though, escapes. Drops Spears face first on the top turnbuckle. Oh.
Vicious chops.
So heavy-handed, those big catcher's mitts of Billy Gunn. Yeah. Oh, another one. Listen to that chop echo throughout the Lander Center here.
Timeout he wants, huh? There's no timeout. That buckled his knees, though, when Billy Gunn hit him that last time.
Yeah, the pain from those chops, especially with somebody as heavy-handed as Billy Gunn. I mean, not only does it sting, not only does it drive the oxygen out of your lungs, but, I mean, it also does damage to your nervous system. It drops you down to your knees. Shawn Spears on the receiving end of 2 elbows from Austin Gunn. But he held onto the ropes. Gunn threw that drop kick, didn't find his mark, and now Gunn, throws shoulder first into the ring post. Many people like to say that the apron's the hardest part of the ring, but in actuality, it is that post.
That post. And he's making use of it against Austin Gunn.
And that's the influence of Tully Blanchard. Tully, one of the most formidable minds, and the most devious minds in all of professional wrestling.
Good word.
Knows how to take advantage of not just every part of the ring, but every part of the ringside area. And he is passing that knowledge down to Shawn Spears, who's had something of a reinvention himself here in AEW. Cody referred to Spears as a quote-unquote good hand, and to Shawn Spears, he didn't take that as a compliment. That was an insult.
Wow.
Good hand is, in Shawn Spears' mind, somebody that will never be a champion, somebody that's, just there to fill out the middle of the card.
Well, I got the interpretation there, but we'll see, won't we? Peter Avalon here, taking over and working on Austin Gunn.
He's got that left wrist of Gunn captured, grabbing the hair and driving him back.
His hair.
Back down. Referee Rick Knox telling Avalon to lay off the hair. Rick Knox, our follicularly challenged official. And now, look at that. No tag was made. And that's some great heads-up tag team wrestling there.
It is, yeah. Referee's back was turned. He was trying to keep Billy Gunn out of the ring. And now, Billy Gunn trying to get the crowd into it. And he's doing it.
And you have to imagine Billy not only, his tag team instincts are kicking in, but also his fraternal instincts, or his parental instincts, are kicking in.
Gotta be.
Doesn't want to see his son on the receiving end of much more punishment. Spears with that drop to hold takes Austin Gunn down, and now those vicious cross faces. And you can see Austin Gunn's head just lolling back and forth as Shawn Spears isolating one limb at a time.
Spears able to keep Austin away from that tag. He was just inches away, but just could not make it. That could be a very important thing as this match continues.
And Shawn Spears doing a good job of conducting this match on the... Oh, look! Oh, no! Austin Gunn with a desperation lariat taking down Spears. And look at Billy Gunn like a caged animal pacing back and forth. He wants the tag. He wants the tag, and he will get it. Austin makes the crawl, and Billy Gunn takes down Avalon. 2 consecutive right hands, a third that time for Spears. Billy Gunn, the one-man wrecking crew, sends Avalon into the ropes, boot to the chest, and Avalon, he tried to run, but the ropes were behind him, and he sent him back into Billy Gunn's power slam. Billy Gunn lays out Shawn Spears, and the Gunn Club firing on all cylinders here. No pun intended, but Spears took advantage of that momentary distraction. And Dave, sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, a moment is all it takes sometimes.
Spears sending Billy Gunn to the outside. Austin Gunn sent, look at this, Avalon, 1, 2. Austin Gunn getting his shoulder up.
Left shoulder was up.
Step up, Enziguri. Austin Gunn on roller skates, very unsteady. And now Avalon, he's going for that martinis, but Austin Gunn driving Avalon face first. 1, 2, no!
2 count. Avalon was sensing victory immediately, and it didn't happen. But Austin was not able to quite hold him down for that 3 count.
But Austin Gunn showing composure beyond his years, beyond his in-ring experience. He's keeping the attack up on Avalon. Now headed up to the top. The leg swept out by Shawn Spears. And Billy Gunn, I think you might have seen his chance for grandchildren go up in smoke. Rising uppercut from Avalon. He's looking for that superplex. But
Austin's got him blocked right now.
Yeah, now he's working on that left arm. He's got, the headbutt staggers Avalon back, and now Billy Gunn lays out Avalon. Austin Gunn off that top senton atomico. Covers 1, 2, 3, and that is it.
Winners of this match, the Gunn Club, Austin and Billy Gunn.
Well, a tremendous victory for the Gunn Club. Billy and Austin Gunn, 2-0.
2-0, absolutely. And as you mentioned, quite a bit of promise there from young Austin Gunn.
And Tully Blanchard and Shawn Spears back to the drawing board for them. Well, Dave Brown, I want to thank you very much for joining us here tonight on AEW Dark. To me, you're not a weather clown. You're a meteorological marvel.
I like that.
All right.
This has been fun. Thank you very much.
Dave, thank you so much. Folks at home, if you like what you saw here tonight, be sure to talk about it on social media, #AEW Dark. And we will see you next week